I'm Gail and welcome to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com. Today we're going to make a low-carb pork lo mein. Now lo mein, like chow mein, basically is you're using soft noodles. Whereas in this recipe we're not going to use soft noodles, we're going to use the bean sprouts because it's a great substitute and this is a delicious dish. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a marinade. And we're going to use a half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a 1/4 cup of tamara. Now I like using this because it's a healthier version of soy sauce. It's organic, gluten-free, and it's a very good product. Now I am going to add in 1 chopped green onion, so I just chopped it up, and 2 tablespoons of dry red wine, a clove of garlic, a nice big clove is what I use because I love garlic, and then I've got 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now this brown sugar is, the product I am using is Ideal, and it's no calorie sweetener, and it's basically the same as brown sugar. And on the back it shows you the carb count is 1.5 carbs per teaspoon. So really the carb count is really good compared to regular brown sugar, and this is a substitute and it works really, really well. And I actually bought it online. So now I'm just going to mix this all up, and then what I've got is approximately 2 pounds of pork loin. And what I did was, the pork loin was on sale for $1.28 a pound. So what I did, I bought a half and I sliced up so far, like to half of it was pork chops, and they're absolutely delicious. And the other half, it doesn't cut up very nicely, so I decided I would use it for this recipe. So I have approximately 2 pounds. I tried to trim off as much as I could of the fat, and we're just going to put it all into this Ziploc bag. I set my cutting board aside, and then what I'm going to do is take my marinade and I'm going to pour it into the bag. And I'm going to let it sit. Lots of times I let it sit overnight because I'm really not ready to make my recipe. But at least if you have it in the fridge for an hour, but it's a lot better overnight. So if you can just mix it all up and just set it in the fridge for now, and then we will continue with our recipe. So I'm basically all ready to start cooking my pork. And one of the vegetables that I do need is bok choy. And they're a lot like the leeks. They get very, very dirty inside. So I've taken them apart and I've washed them all to make sure that I've gotten the dirt out of them. So I'm just going to kind of slit the wide ones down the center. And we're just going to put them together and we're going to chop them up in like inch cubes. And you can use the green part also because it is also very, very good. And I need approximately 2 cups of the bok choy. So I've got my burner on and we're going to put in a tablespoon of olive oil. Kind of move this around. I don't know if you've seen some of my other videos, but this frying pan that I'm using is made from Wool, the company Wool, W-O-L-L. It's a German company and their product is amazing. Nothing sticks. It's just amazing. You can look it up on the internet and see. I ended up buying it at Costco and I absolutely love this product. It's quite expensive, but I figure I'll have a lifetime if I take care of it. It'll last me forever. So I've marinated my pork for just over an hour. I actually would rather marinate it overnight, but it didn't happen this time. So I'm just going to cook this up in the frying pan. Now my pork is cooking nicely. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. Two tablespoons of oyster sauce. 1 teaspoon of finely chopped fresh ginger. And a half a teaspoon of erythritol or xylitol or stevia. It's up to you what you want to choose. And 1 tablespoon of tamra, which is a soya sauce. So we're going to just stir this up and let it cook a little bit longer like this, and then we're going to add our bok choy and our bean sprouts, and then we have a delicious meal. Now I've let this cook for about 3 to 4 minutes, and we're going to add 2 cups of the bok choy. I actually find it works better to stir it up with 2. So I'll use my spatula plus my wooden spatula. And now we're going to add in 1½ cups of bean sprouts. So we're just going to mix this all together. So I'm going to cook this up for approximately 5 minutes. I want the bean sprouts to still be crunchy, and the bok choy. It smells absolutely delicious. You guys are really going to enjoy this dish. So here is my low-carb pork lo mein. Now lo mein usually means that it has noodles in it, but I've put in the bean sprouts, and I think that's a great substitute because we don't want to have noodles when we're having the low carb. Still has a nice crunch, great flavor. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. It's very quick and easy to make, and it's very healthy as to what we have in this dish. So go to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com and try this recipe and check out my other recipes, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye now.